such a good tracking. You need to not be changing. Is that why you're crying? Huh? Now I'm crying. This weather is glorious, isn't it, Alex?
It's okay.
Misty, slightly rainy, just gorgeous. Baby's happy. You look like Santa Claus.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
With your tubby tummy. Good morning. Feels very weird to be vlogging. It's actually been, let me think. Well, I vlogged the first week of life with a newborn. Before that, the last time that I had vlogged was the lead up to giving birth. And I'm now nearly 5 weeks postpartum, which is crazy. I've just dropped the battery in the sink with the water, so that's a really good start. Yeah, we did both manage to take like a good amount of time off, and even when I was vlogging the birth vlog in the lead up and stuff, I was barely picking the camera up. It was like a handful of clips across 2-3 weeks. And then I filmed like the first week of postpartum again, and that was again just me picking the camera up for like 5 minutes a day. So I really I have managed to have a good amount of time off. I know lots of you have sort of said, make sure to soak it up, and we really have. Obviously being self-employed, I can't take loads of time off, and I also do kind of love vlogging. Like I kind of want to film this part of my life because it's the best part of my life so far, and it would be a shame to just like not film it. I just want to. So it has been very restful, and I feel like I'm gonna probably talk more about it in today's vlog and update you on life as a new mum. How I'm feeling. Oh my god, I'm so clumsy. This is the issue. I'm so tired. I've just dropped half of this in the sink. This is my vitamin C. That's something I'm noticing because I'm so tired. I'm so clumsy. I can't stop dropping everything. So this morning I've kind of been sharing a little bit of our morning routine. We've really found having some semblance of a routine extremely helpful. At the beginning, we didn't have a routine at all, which I think is kind of part of the chaos of being a new mum and dad. I did notice that it was starting to make me feel a bit crazy because I get stuck in bed where I would be like breastfeeding in the morning, Alex would bring me breakfast, I'd breastfeed again, I'd try and get her to sleep, and I'd be nap trapped, and it would be midday and I hadn't showered, and it would just kind of feel a bit like this is not gonna work for much longer beyond like the first week. Yeah, it's really nice to have mornings like this morning where we go out. Alex has obviously got her in the carrier still, and she naps for a really long time when she's in the carrier, which is perfect because then I can have a shower, get myself ready, I can make the bed, do some tidying, and just feel like I've got some semblance of sanity in the morning when I haven't had much sleep. Because last night I think I got, well actually it was quite a good night, I will say. I think I got 6 hours because she only woke up twice. So she went to bed at 11:30. It was actually quite a challenging time before bed because she had not slept for hours and hours. I'd been breastfeeding her, and she'd like fall asleep on my boob and then wake up 5 minutes later and wouldn't go back to sleep, and that was going on for like the whole evening. And so we finally managed to get her to sleep at 11:30, so I think she was completely knackered. And then she woke up at maybe she woke up at 2, and then she woke up at 5. So she had only 2 wake-ups really, which was perfect because I actually managed to get some solid sleep. And then this morning when I tried to feed her again, she was just out of it. She was so tired, I think just because she had that really long stretch yesterday, which I'm still trying to figure out. Any new mums or any experienced mums, if you've got any advice, what to do in the evenings, because I find that she just doesn't want to go to sleep in the daytime. She'll sleep in the carrier, she'll like go to sleep after feeding her, and then towards the end of the day, she just doesn't want to go to sleep as much. So like I'll feed her and she's just wide awake, and I'll feed her again and she's still wide awake, and I'm just thinking, how do I get you to sleep beyond, like, if I try and rock her to sleep, she just cries and cries and cries. Maybe that's just what I have to do. Anyway, I have actually been making time for like my routine in terms of my skincare, which is really important. And I want to introduce the paid partnership of today's vlog, which is Renew In Me, who I have worked with before and I love, and I've actually maintained using this throughout postpartum. So I was using it through pregnancy, and I have kept this up in the evenings. So I don't use this in the mornings, this is like an evening cream. Lots of you on Instagram have been very, very sweet and saying, like, replying to my stories saying, you're glowing, you look good as a new mum, and you know, you've never looked better, and just being so sweet and asking about my skincare or like my skin because it looks glowy. And I actually do put it down to this because I do have a very simple skincare routine. Like you just saw, in the mornings I wash my face, I put some vitamin C on, then I put moisturiser and a sun cream. And in the evenings I wash my face, I put this on, and then I use a moisturiser, and it's as simple as that. I do not overcomplicate it because I used to, and my skin just prefers a simple routine. And that's why I love Renew In Me, because it's kind of got everything I need in here. It's like a serum in a cream, and it's personalised to me. It's smoothing, it's hydrating, it's firming, and it makes my life easier. I don't have to think about it in the evenings. When I put her down, I whack this on my face, I sit on my phone for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then I go to sleep. So you may have heard of Skin In Me if you haven't heard of Renew In Me. This is their sister brand for skin that is a little bit older. So if you're in your 30s, if you're over 35, and you've noticed hormonal and physiological changes in your skin due to aging, I've definitely noticed massive changes in my skin in the last few years, especially since being pregnant. My skin is much drier than it used to be. And probably the main reason I love it is because it's dermatologically designed, and you have a consultation which makes it personalised to you, which is just fantastic because everyone's skin is different. So it's very difficult to know sometimes what skincare is best for you, and I definitely find that hard to navigate. I mentioned you have a consultation, so you send some photos of your skin, you put in what you want from your skincare, what your skin type is like. Obviously things like when you're pregnant, I put in that information, postpartum, breastfeeding, any details that are personalised to you, and you can trust in the experts at Renew In Me to then cater this specifically for your skin, because it's personally renewed by a dermatology clinician, and it even has my name on it. Let's find my name, there we go, formulated for Madeleine. I have been using this for quite some time now. I feel like it's at least been a year. I'm trying to remember, but my skin just always looks clear now. It doesn't, I just find I don't have to put makeup on as much. And I think that's mainly because of the hydrating base. It kind of feels like a moisturiser when you put it in, which means that you're not going to impact your skin barrier or irritate it. And it enhances the efficacy of the ingredients. Plus it works for sensitive skin, which is great for me because when I use lots of different products, my skin does not like that. This is dosed at strengths that are suitable for my skin. And it definitely says something if I've been able to use it postpartum and through pregnancy. Like there's probably a handful of days on this hand that I have missed using it because it's just so simple and convenient for me. So if you want to give it a go, if you find skincare a bit overwhelming, or you just want something that's going to really help your skin as you age and as it gets older, or you've noticed changes in your skin as you've got older, I definitely recommend Renew In Me's Serum In A Cream. I'll leave it linked down below and the code is on screen here. You can get your first Serum In A Cream for just $4.99, which is amazing. So definitely check it out. Now I'm gonna get ready and dressed and tidy the bedroom up a bit because there's stuff everywhere and we have to go soon. We're going to the hospital this morning for a little hip referral for Elowen, and I'm gonna make some breakfast. And now I'm a mum, I definitely have to nail that 3-minute makeup routine because it's only 3 minutes on the timer on here. And look how glowy. That is definitely down to Renew In Me. Look at that glow. Obviously the makeup helps, but my hair grew so much at the end of pregnancy, and I've had a couple messages asking like, what are you doing to make your hair so thick because you're postpartum? I don't think you have hair loss until you're like a few months postpartum, like maybe 3 months. So my hair is still off the back of pregnancy hormones, which has made my hair grow. Like I feel like it grew like a couple of inches in the last month of pregnancy. And then my nails as well. I have never had nails this like long and strong, and they're like so white. And I think that's the pregnancy hormones, and I'm pretty sure that this will probably disappear in the next couple of months. So I'm trying to embrace it and wear my hair like down a lot. It's hard when you're breastfeeding, but I know I'm gonna miss this if I start to lose it. but my hair just stopped shedding. I normally shed when I wash my hair, like I'll, you know, have hair in my hairbrush, or in the shower I'll notice hair coming out, and it just stopped doing that. I really need a haircut though, because I don't think I've had one for months. And this is how I refresh my hair, by the way. I just use a spray bottle, and then maybe I'll put a bit of leave-in conditioner just to make it look a bit moisturised. But I stopped dyeing my hair as well, so I've got a lot of grey hair at the top, which I'm in two minds about whether I'm going to grow that out or whether I'm going to dye my hair again. I say this a lot to you. I have talked about this before, so I'm not going to go on about it, but the regrowth is probably about here. Part of me loves it because I'm like, you know, why not embrace the kind of salt and pepper look? It does, I think it damaged, maybe that's part of why it's grown, because I've not been dyeing it. I don't remember the last time I dyed it. Maybe that's really helped the health of my hair. And would I prefer to have thick, long hair that's got a bit of grey in it, or would I prefer for it to be all dyed? I really just don't know. The issue with breastfeeding as well is the limitations of what you can wear. I always go into my wardrobe and I'm like, oh, that'd be a nice outfit, and then I'm like, I can't wear that because I can't breastfeed in it. So I've tended at home to be wearing t-shirts and just sweatpants, obviously like just joggers, because for comfort. But then when I'm out, I'll wear a t-shirt and a jumper or a shirt, because then you can unbutton it. I do find t-shirts better though, because when you put a t-shirt up, I've only breastfed in public maybe once or twice. Oh, it's my alarm to get everything ready. Yeah, when you pull your t-shirt up, you're kind of covering your boob, whereas a shirt you're like opening to your boob. So I feel like maybe a t-shirt is better. I don't know. But then I want to wear like cute autumn outfits, but I feel like I can't because I don't know what to wear. I need to think about this. So I've actually put on a nice top because we're going out. My friend made this top for me, which is kind of cool. And it's good because it's got buttons. So although these buttons are a bit fiddly, no, they're okay. I also can just lift it up. The bras that I've been wearing have been incredible. These are from M&S and they're the ones that clip open. They're super comfortable. I'll link them because they come in like different colours. I actually might order some more because they have like lacy ones, the ones that are a bit nicer in different colours. And they're just super comfortable. I have to wear them all the time and I sleep in them and they're really comfy. So highly recommend those. And I've got my oversized jeans on that I got in pregnancy. So I think I got these for the first trimester because I didn't want to buy maternity jeans just yet, or I couldn't find any that I liked. And I think I got these in a vintage shop, just in a bigger size. I'd really recommend doing that. Go into a charity shop or vintage shop if you are pregnant and get, or postpartum, and just don't even look at the labels, just get bigger size jeans, try them on and get one that's nice and loose and comfortable, because size doesn't matter if you're comfy, and these are nice and baggy. Oh my gosh, I'm showing my stomach, that's not the intention there. And then I'll probably take a nice cardigan with me. I am feeling a little bit like I need to do a bit of shopping because I'm just not loving my wardrobe at the minute. I keep on seeing girls on Instagram wearing like lovely clothes that look so bright and colourful, and I'm just like, I really want to wear things like that make me feel good, and I want to like find myself again. And sometimes I put on an outfit of clothes that make me feel that way, and I'm like, I wish I had more of these. I have a whole wardrobe full of dresses and I often look in there and just like, these don't feel like me. I don't know if that's just a postpartum identity crisis I'm having. I'm not feeling inspired by my wardrobe at all. Even I put this on, I feel like it's a bit drab. Like this cardigan, I'm just like, I don't like it with this outfit. I don't have another cardigan. Ay, ay, ay. I might go for a jacket instead. Hello, Zumpy. Can I make the bed? Are you gonna let me? Can I put you over here? There you go. I really have found that getting ready for the day makes such a difference. I try and get out of my pyjamas, put clothes on and earrings, wash my face, and even if that's getting back into like some kind of pyjama-y outfit because I'm at home, it makes me feel so much better and alive for the day. And make the bed, get out of the bed, because it is a bit of a blur those first couple of weeks where you're just kind of in bed in pyjamas covered in milk and sweat. I might actually put this hairband on because my hair is going to drive me mad otherwise. It kind of matches the top. I want to get some more of these. That's another thing. I always think I need more of them because I always just wear this one. And I never actually get more. Why was she crying before? Did she just half wake up? I'm in such a rush because I just don't know how this is gonna work. I need to eat this breakfast. We're trying to get Ariana Grande tickets because at 10 o'clock the pre-sale is going live. And also I kind of need to breastfeed before we go to the appointment because otherwise she's gonna be grouchy. So one thing at a time, I'm gonna stuff my face with my breakfast of Marmite on toast, a nice little bowl of muesli and fruit, and a coffee. I'm back on coffee because coffee makes me anxious and I did go back to drinking coffee, and then during pregnancy or even before pregnancy, I stopped because I'd noticed that I'd been having coffee and it'd been making me feel anxious. So I stopped having coffee and started having decaf. But the only time when coffee doesn't make me feel anxious is when I'm very tired, because it actually, like, I guess gets absorbed and used for the tiredness. It's when I'm not tired that if I have a coffee, it just makes me feel like, ooh. So I'm back on a coffee in the morning, and hopefully I can eat this in the next 7 minutes before the tickets go live, buy some tickets, breastfeed her, and then get in the car and go. This is just the life now. Long gone are my relaxing, slow living days. I mean, maybe it will come back in the future. We managed to get out of the house just. The pre-sale tickets for Ariana Grande was just, that's not gonna happen. We had to get in the queue and you obviously have to sit there, so I'll try again another day when the general sale happens and probably won't get tickets, but whatever. If anyone bought tickets and has a spare, let me know. So we're heading into the hospital now. It's basically her referral for her hip appointment. When you have your first midwife appointment, they check for things, and I think it's the most common referral, so it should hopefully be fine, because I think they said by the time she's this age it should like have gone away. I think it's just like when they move her hips, whether it clicks or something. I have no idea. Anyway, she's fast asleep in her car seat, and hopefully I'll have time to just do a quick breastfeed when we get there, so she's not screaming her head off. Bit nervous about how much time we'll have to do that, but it really is such a mission. I think one of the biggest flaws is that when you have a baby, you have all these appointments that you have to go to, and postpartum, the week after she was born, we had like an appointment like every day, and none of them came to our house, which I do think is quite bad. And it's so difficult for new parents to get out the house and get to appointments on time. Like, how do people do it? How do you time breastfeeding with appointments and a baby that needs to poo and sleep? It's a whole thing. Appointment done. We do have to go back for another scan for her hip, but it's not too bad. Just need to check on it. It's very normal and common in little girlies. So lots of tummy time has been prescribed, and let's head home, and fingers crossed. We had a Waitrose appointment that I accidentally timed for 12 o'clock and it's 11:15, so hoping that they're going to arrive a little late. Slightly chaotic. The Waitrose delivery driver rang us and said she is at our house and they can't leave shopping. So she was like, do you want to meet me at my next delivery? So we're going to meet her somewhere, and I can't get hold of her though because there's no signal, so who knows if we'll actually meet her there. But I really don't want to I don't want this delivery to be sent back. I want the food, I want the yummy food. There we Elowen. Someone asked me how we pronounce it, so it's Elowen with E. Well, you don't pronounce it Elowen, you can pronounce it Elowen, but that's the Cornish spelling. Elowin with a Y is, I think, the American spelling, but yeah, Elowen is like the Cornish Celtic way, and when you sort of say it quickly, it kind of ends up sounding like Elowin, but it's a Cornish name, that's why we picked it, and we both love the sound of it. It's actually the first name that both Alex and I agreed on, because I gave Alex lots of other names and you were like, no, 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 no. And then as soon as I said Elowen, you were like, well, that's cool, because that sounds like Lord of the Rings, weren't you?
Yeah.
Because it sounds very Celtic.
Can't call her Eowyn, that's just too much.
He said, I don't know if you can hear him, he said, can't call her Eowyn, that's too much. But it's so pretty. And then her middle name is Rose, because my favourite name since I was a teenager was Rose or Rosalind or Rosalind, and Alex wasn't as much of a fan of that for a first name, so we went for it as a second name.
Because of Roxy.
Well, partly because when we first got Roxy, I used to call her Rosalind because I love that name, because she was my first born. And it's a similar vibe to Roxy, so I used to call her Rosie and Rosalind. But there's a girl in my college called Rosa, and I used to absolutely love that name. But we went for Rose for her middle name because it's one syllable, so it works with the length of her first name and our surnames. But yeah, she's a bit unhappy, she wants food. We're home soon, little one. We are home. Baby is being fed and she's falling asleep. Lots of you have been asking about breastfeeding. So when we came in from the hospital, we had a bit of a rough start to breastfeeding, which I think is more common than people realise. I feel like lots of people think that you just put your baby on your boob and they latch and you feed them. I think for most women it is a little bit of an adjustment, and for most babies. So she wouldn't latch to begin with, so we saw our midwives the day after and they really panicked me, which I think I did vlog. They were like, you need to get some formula, your baby is not having enough food. And it did make me quite worried, and then I spoke to my sister, my mum and my doula, and they said, don't panic, it's okay, pump and give her food and you'll get there, and it will adjust as time goes on. So they gave me a plan that was very helpful, and they also recommended nipple shields, which was the way that I got her to latch to begin with, because I have larger breasts and nipples, just to give you TMI. Which can mean for a little baby, a newborn, that can be difficult for them. So nipple shields helped to get her to latch, and then they gave me a plan of basically offering the boob first, and then if that doesn't work, to pump and give her a bottle afterwards, and then if that doesn't work, give her formula. And I did that for about maybe 4 or 5 more days, and then saw our midwife, and it was still not working by then in terms of latching her. And then she gave us some like extra tips, because I think she has more expertise in breastfeeding, so she gave some extra tips. And then that day when I went home, like the feed after seeing her, she was able to latch, and I did the first like proper feed with her, and it was amazing. And then from then I was able to do it where it wouldn't just be like a few minutes and she'd fall off. And then we saw the infant feeding team at Trelisk, we referred to them, and by that time she had really gotten used to feeding with the nipple shields. And then they recommended we try giving it a go without and experimenting, and we did. And then after that she was also great without them. So I haven't used them in a really long time. I only use them if she is struggling. We're having an issue now where she sometimes cries when I feed her. I think that's related to gas and reflux, and maybe a bit of an overactive letdown to begin with. But I'm just aware that you need to kind of give it 6 weeks, where you get used to breastfeeding, she gets used to breastfeeding, your milk supply evens out, you kind of, you're getting used to the feeling of it. It was painful for a bit, where when she would latch on it'd be quite painful, but that's easing up now. But yeah, I've managed to keep up just breastfeeding her, and ever since she latched with the nipple shields I haven't pumped. So I think we pumped for maybe like the first 4 or 5 days, and I haven't since then. And then I think that when we reach 6 weeks, which is when you kind of establish your supply, I will start pumping. So then maybe Alex can help with a night feed, which would be really good. And then if I have to work, or if I have to go out in the evening, or there's something that I need to be away for, it means that I don't have to be with her, I can pump. So that's the plan. But yeah, it has been the biggest and hardest part of postpartum breastfeeding. I've had plenty of meltdowns in the middle of the night where I've cried my eyes out because she's not feeding, or it's painful, or I've been cluster feeding and I'm exhausted. It is a real challenge. I think it's something that maybe there's, again, not enough emphasis on how hard it can be. I do think that's potentially why so many women give up, because they don't have that support, because I think 50% of women don't make it past 6 weeks. And I understand why. Lots of people choose not to do it, which is completely fair enough. But I think lots of women who want to do it aren't able to because of different struggles. And then they don't have the support, or they don't know how to solve it. So I had to pause because I was so thirsty. Breastfeeding makes you so thirsty. I don't remember what I was saying, but yeah, it has been a challenge. And one of the things that has really helped is feeding her lying down, like reclined, rather than cradle hold, because if you have larger boobs again, then this position enables them to have their chin up and latch easier if you have a struggle with latching. She has her legs basically around my leg, the same side where I'm feeding her, and then it means she's laying upwards on my chest rather than across, because I find when she's across, it's just hard for her to reach and to position herself to latch. Whereas if you have a different shaped boob, maybe if you have a smaller boob, or your nipples positioned in a certain way, the cradle hold works for you. It just doesn't work. I know that there's also the rugby hold, which I have tried, but I don't find that very comfortable. This is so comfy to just be lying down and have her in this position, and then she can fall asleep and it's comfy. And ever since, again, I've done this has also helped. So yeah, nipple shields, positioning, and just persevering with it, and pumping as well to support. Like I feel like if you are pregnant and want to breastfeed, or you're currently breastfeeding and finding it really difficult, do reach out for help. There are also, I know that they're breastfeeding like support groups that you can go to locally. My midwife recommended that too. We've turned a corner. I actually feel like this week has been the best week. I mean, obviously it's been the best week because time has passed, because like last week it was, well, the last few days it has been that she's been crying about half the time when I feed her, which I was so frustrated by because I didn't know how to help her. She's now fast asleep. Oh, so cute. Anyway, I'm going to sit here, try and get her down to sleep, and then I really want to make a lemon drizzle cake after lunch. How cute is her outfit today? The little flower cardigan. My grandma made this for me and my sister when we were little, and it's been passed down, and she's got little floral leggings and then little sockies. We have some delicious parsnip soup with loads of fresh bread that Alex made. I really recommend freezing or batch making food and freezing it, because I'm still working my way through this. We did have some frozen meals sent to us from Alex's brother and dad as a present from a brand called Cook, and they were great, and we're still using those. So that is a good idea. But also, anytime I made something, I'd make extra and freeze it, so I didn't have to be spending an entire day batch cooking specifically for this purpose. It was more that when I was cooking, I was just thinking I'm gonna make extra because I can freeze that. But this is, I think, parsnip and apple soup, and this is the most perfectly autumnal meal. I just want to have this kind of food every day in the autumn. And now I have to attempt to eat a meal without it being interrupted in some way, because I can count probably on this hand the amount of times I've had a meal without breastfeeding or having her in my arms because I'm nap trapped. Or Alex last night I had to cut my dinner up for me so I could eat it with one hand. Good afternoon, it's me from the next day. I promised you I would actually share this recipe because it's so good. And Alex has gone to Newlands, so this is actually my first official day alone. My parents just left and I feel kind of nervous, but she's in the sling happily. So let's make a cake to distract me, because if I sit down, I might get overwhelmed, she might wake up, and then I'll feel flustered. I feel like if I'm up doing something, it passes the time and I get to make something delicious that I can enjoy. So I'm gonna make a lemon drizzle cake, which is now on my website. If you didn't know, my website has lots of vegan recipes, and they have still been going live whilst I've been on maternity leave. So there's lots of new recipes for you to enjoy. So sign up to my newsletter if you haven't already, so you get updated when there are new recipes. And it's not, I don't bombard you, it's once a month, and there should be new recipes every single week. Maybe it will go to once a fortnight now I've got little one, but it may go, there'll be new recipes regularly enough. And there's loads of new ones on there for you to enjoy, and there'll be loads for autumn and winter, which will be cozy, lovely recipes. But this lemon drizzle is so easy. It's so easy. So I'll show you really quickly how to make it. It's just the most simple recipe and I love it so much. It's so moist and fluffy. First step is to grease and line your little loaf tin. Then we're going to mix some granulated sugar with the juice of a lemon and set this aside for later. Here's where the magic happens. You can just use a food processor, making your life so much easier, with self-raising flour, caster sugar, vegetable oil, baking powder, and of course the main ingredient, the zest and juice of a lemon. And finally, water. And then you just blitz that in the food processor, pour it in your tin, and put it in the oven. Now it's out the oven, look how gorgeous. We're going to pierce it and then pour over that lemon and sugar mixture. And then we just leave that to cool in the tin for about 10 minutes and then put it on a cooling rack to cool fully. What's on the telly? We have one of our is it cook or cooks? Cook. This is Spanish stew with some bread. Absolutely delightful. Gilmore Girls on the TV, because why do we need to move from bed? And little girlie lying right next to me. So this is the new routine we're attempting. I've just fed her. We're going to get her undressed, give her a bath, and try and wind her down for the evening. I'll feed her again after the bath just so she has like a top up. So I think I saw somewhere about how it's helpful to do this because then she has plenty of food before going to bed so she can sleep for a bit longer and feel really settled. And I'll sit here and play like relaxing music and maybe I'll read something to her because apparently that also helps repetition, and yeah, then she'll learn to wind down. Even though she's very young, it might not work yet, but it might set her up for the future, so let's try it. I might do a separate video where I sort of share the nursery properly, but this is what it's looking like at the minute. We've got some laundry. These are amazing, these cheeky wipes. There's like a dirty bin that you have, and then you have a clean one, which I think Alex is just, oh, here they are. So they're just reusable wipes, so you don't have to always be using wipes at home, which I find give her nappy rash, and they're reusable. So you have a clean box which you put water in, and then when she's past being a newborn, you can use like a little essential oil that they provide. And then there's a dirty one that you put the dirty ones in with some tea tree oil, and it just is so much better than using wipes and feels way cleaner as well because you're actually using like a flannel essentially every time. We've got her towel, and then we're using this Weleda shampoo and body wash. Some cradle cap just because she's got a little bit on her forehead, and then we use coconut oil to give her a little baby massage after her bath. And we do have the bath in here while she's this small because putting it like in the bathroom just means you're on the floor and it's just very uncomfortable. But yeah, the nursery does need a bit of finishing off. I need to hang these shelves. It's feeling very cute, and this is where I have my little feeding session with her in the mornings, and now I'm going to do it in the evenings as well. And I do actually read my book, which is nice. My mum painted this. How amazing is it? Isn't it so cute? And then a lovely follower sent me these prints. I'll link them below. She is an artist and she makes these, and they're just so, so cool. And then I just got these frames online just to match, but they look so lovely as you come in the room. Time to take your cute cardigan off. This cardigan, I don't know if I said, my grandma knitted it for me when me and my sister were little. Well, they knitted it for us, for me, or probably for my sister maybe. So it is probably like 36 years old. Look how cute this is. Little cardigan, knitted cardigan. Little bath on the bed so we can be close to her, and it's just so much easier. Somewhere over a rainbow, skies are blue. Okay, little Elwyn is down in her cot, so I'm just going to have to whisper to you because I don't want to wake her up. That routine I think really helped, because though she did cry a little bit and I had to sort of rock her while she was a bit tearful, she wasn't like doing that inconsolable cry. We've had some of that most of the time. Alex is like rocking her to sleep when she's really screaming and upset. We shall see, because she's a newborn, so like this may all go out the window. It might just be a one-off, but I am trying to like listen to her and what she needs and getting used to it. But if any of you have tips for evenings with your baby, let me know. But yeah, I'm going to use my Renew In Me now. So just as a little reminder, you can get your first Serum In A Cream for $4.99. I really recommend it, I love it. This is my evening routine. So I've just washed my face and then I leave this on for like a few minutes, and I've got moisturiser in the bedroom. I usually do this in bed. And I actually leave it like a minute or two with the Serum In A Cream on, and that is it. That's it. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. My first little foray into a sort of a mum style vlog of my newborn life. Let me know any requests that you have for content this October, November, December. I'm going to start thinking about what videos I can make in October. My next one I think is going to be a sort of what I eat in a week, sort of as a mum, sort of lazy meals essentially, because I've not got as much time, and I am going to share that with you next time. So stay tuned for that. Hit the subscribe button, give this video a like. Thank you so much to Renew In Me for being the paid partner, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.